Welcome to my video where I want to do an example using the vector dot product or the scalar product. And the problem is going to be to find the angle between the vectors A is equal to 2i plus 2j plus 4k and B is equal to minus 2i plus 5j plus 5k. So you can see that these are written in the unit vector notation because we have the I, j, and k unit vectors. So that's where we're going to proceed. That's what we've got. So our method of attack here is going to be just start with the basic definition of the dot product. So A dot B, this is covered in a previous video, is equal to A dot B times the cosine of the angle theta. So there is our basic definition of the dot product. Now what we want to do in this example, we're going to change it around algebraically, and we're going to solve for theta. That's what the question is asking for. So let's proceed ahead. And first of all, let's calculate A dot B. Now we know from previous work that that's AX times BX plus AY times BY plus AZ times BZ. Okay, those are just the components of the vector. We've already got those. They're given in the problem. So AX is going to be 2. And then the BX is going to be right here. It's going to be minus 2. So it's minus 2. Now AY is going to be equal to 2. And then BY is just equal to 5. And then we've got AZ is going to be 4. And then BZ is going to be 5. So now multiplying all those out, we get a minus 4 plus 10 plus 20. That's going to be equal to 26. So that is going to be the dot product of A dot B. Now that's going to give us one bit of information that we're going to need. We now know that number. So ultimately we're going to have to find next the length of A and the length of B. So that's what we're going to do next. So let's calculate the magnitudes now. So the length of A is just the square root of AX squared plus AY squared plus AZ squared. So in this case, that's going to be our AX is 2, so it's 2 squared plus 2 squared plus 4 squared. That's just going to be equal to 4 plus 4 plus 16 is the square root of 24. We stick that in our calculator. That's 4.899. Now the length of B is going to be equal to bx squared plus by squared plus bz squared. Now looking at the b, so it's minus 2 quantity squared, all underneath the square root sign, plus 5 squared plus 5 squared. So that's going to be minus 2 squared is 4, plus 25 plus 25, so that's going to be the root of 54, and that is going to be 7.348, just using our calculator. So now we know everything except the cosine of theta, and that is just equal to A dot B divided by the length of A divided by the length of B, just from our definition of the dot product. So theta is equal to the cosine inverse of, now A dot B is 26, and we know the length of A is 4.899 times the length of B is 7.348. So that's we need to solve now for theta. Doing the math, theta is equal to the cosine inverse, putting these numbers into our calculator. Just our regular calculator, what we're going to come up with, that is going to be 0.722. Now I want to switch over to the Desmos calculator to do that calculation. We're in our Desmos calculator now, and we want to take the, go into our function key, we want to do the inverse cosine of, back to the main menu, 0.722, and that gives us 43.78 degrees because we're in the degree button there. Now if we want to switch to radians, it's going to give us 0.764 radians. So now let's go back to our problem. So from our Desmos calculator, we're going to know that theta is going to be equal to 43.8 degrees, or 0.764 radians. So that is the answer to our problem. They wanted to know the angle between the two vectors, and that is the angle between the two vectors. Well, I hope you got something out of this video and learned a little bit about the dot product. And if you did, like, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.